Horizon EX57 elliptical today. I got it on Black Friday about a month and a half ago, and I got it for like half price. I gave $400 for it at a local store, so it worked out in that regard anyhow. I wanted something different because behind here I have a treadmill, and you can only do this so long and it just gets boring, really boring. And this elliptical, I wanted this because it incorporated the upper body too, and it gave me something different other than just running in place. So I'll give you a little rundown on it here. And first impressions, man, I really like it. I really did. It was easy to put together. It was also easy to figure out as far as getting everything started up here for your workout. At first you'll probably have to consult the instruction manual, but that was pretty simple. The one thing I can stress when you put this thing together is when you're hooking them up, you have an axle bolt that goes through here, another one here, and another one here. But you get some grease with it, and I recommend that you use it. You don't have to slather it, just put a little bit of extra on there before you tighten everything down, put everything on, just so you know it's good for quite a long time. Probably one of the things I'd like to tell you though is when I got it, unless you're pretty heavy duty, unless you're pretty strong, this thing comes in a freaking big bulky box. And like I said, unless you're really strong and you got like little to no stairs to bring it in, you're probably going to need a second person to help you out. But once it's in, once you get it all hooked up, and I probably had this thing hooked up within the hour, so it's not really that bad. The instructions, like I said, were pretty simple. This thing here is your water bottle holder, and what I use it for is for the remote control for my TV, so I can watch TV and change channels, whatever. It has your if you don't want to use the hands, to go back and forth, you can just rest them on here, and while you're resting them on here, it'll take your heart rate and it'll show you a readout on here. It's I don't know how accurate it is, but it's definitely more accurate than my treadmill here. Really, my only complaint, well, there's two of them really. As you can see, black letters, black numbers on gray. And if you have any amount of glare coming in back of you, it's going to make it really hard to read it. And that was the one thing I didn't like about it. The other thing would have been nice to have a fan, just a small fan right here to blow on you, and you don't have that. You're talking about a machine that when it first came out, it retailed for $900, and honestly, I really can't see where the money went. The clutch mechanism in here is your machine, your engine, and it works pretty good. This thing is pretty quiet. I'll jump on here real quick, and I'll just do a time. Okay, enter, and I'll do manual, and I'll start it. And as you can hear, it's not that bad. You can hear it just a little bit, but when I first put this together, I forgot to put a washer down on one of those, and yeah, down on one of those. I forgot to put two washers in. You can see the white ones inside. And because of that, there was a lot of play right in there. So every time I ran, it went clunk, clunk, clunk. So I had to take it back off and slip the 2 washers in, and it worked out great. Like I said, you can see the speed I'm going on the bottom right hand side, 4.4, 5 something, and that's moving at a pretty good clip. I like to stay within 5 to 7 when I do my workout. Now the one thing that I do, the way I do it, is I'll set up 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and I'll do hills, and then on the numbers up here, it'll give your time, your calories, and the distance. And I'll keep track of all that and compare. I'll write them down and then compare numbers as I go. Like today, you can see I was slacking it a little bit compared to the last time I did it. But that's the only way you're going to do it. This thing, like I said, is motorized, so, but it's not like the treadmill here. You're only going to get out of this what you put into it. So when it goes beep, 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 and it's telling you to go, you go, because it doesn't go for you. That's my whole point. The first time I tried this and it did that, I just stood there like an idiot waiting for it to do something, and it was waiting on me. And that's the way it is. The other thing here, you have your resistance levels here, and I have never gone over 4. It goes up to 8, and I tell you what, at 4 you're really straining. Not an ungodly amount, but you are definitely feel like you're going uphill. There's some resistance there. It's pretty comfortable, it's pretty easy, it's pretty quiet. The one thing you're going to have to get used to if you haven't done the elliptical at all is you're going to have to get used to the feet. There's studs here, but it's just plastic. It's still slippery. And that being said, you're going to want a nice running shoe with a nice rubber sole, because at first your feet are going to slide around because you're not used to the pattern you're doing, the ski type pattern. But after a while, I mean, give it a month or so, and then your feet are going to be pretty much stationary. You won't slide around. But at first, being on the safe side, make sure you get your rubber soled shoes on there. This thing is pretty easy to move around. You can see the rollers in front, and there is no weight on the back. So when you pick it up, you know, of course, you're gonna hold on to something here with your free hand, and you can roll this around. Pretty much anybody could do it. I mean, a child could probably do it. And if I had to give it a rating, X number out of 10, I would probably give it an 8 anyhow. I really don't have anything else to base it on. I mean, I never used them when I went to the gym, because it's been a long time since I went to the gym. I work out here, back in my weight room back there, and I do my cardio here. So I never actually used them, but this thing gives a really, really nice cardio workout. The first time I ever did it, I think I lasted for 10 minutes, and I had to quit. And that is saying something, because I could run 30 minutes on the treadmill. Run, not walk. So this definitely incorporates a lot more muscle movement, because you're putting your arms and legs into motion. And it does. You're gonna get sore in the back of the shoulders at first because you're not used to it, and that's good. That's a good thing. Got to warm up those joints, keep them limber. But yeah, I think all in all, I'm really super happy with this thing. You want to keep your feet, the bottom of your shoes, clean, because if they're not, if mud and stuff dries up and then falls off your shoe as you're walking, it's going to fall right on your runners down here, and it's going to get in the wheel. So you're going to go bump, 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 you're going to go over speed bumps. You want to keep that runner nice and cleaned out. Actually, guys, seriously, I mean, if you're looking for a nice cardio workout, this is probably the way to go. I mean, there's plenty of machines out there, ellipticals, but I paid only $400 for this, and it retailed for $900, so I definitely got my money out of it. That's